Hey, Lewis, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Hey, would you tell us a little bit about your role at SMFA at Tufts?
I started off as a grad student. So I went through the 2-year grad program, graduated, had a blast doing it. It was an amazing program. So thankful and appreciative for all the people who helped me through the program and, got me through thesis and all that. And currently, I was given the opportunity to work as the interim studio manager for the print, paper, and graphic arts department.
What are some of the things that you oversee in that role?
I oversee a lot of different studios and shops. Specifically, I oversee the print shop, where you'll have classes like etching and lithography and woodcut take place. There's also the paper making studio, which is a huge fan favorite at SMFA at Tufts. And we also have, then on the second floor, we have screen print and the book arts room. Go up half a floor, we have the risograph room.
And tell people a little more about your role interacting with students. Like, how do they come and end up working with you?
So, being a studio manager, I have a whole fleet of student employees that do everything from monitoring to, or just monitoring the studios, making sure everyone's safe, make sure everyone's using the equipment properly. Um, and I'm also there as like just a resource when faculty aren't around. It's my job to make sure that the students know exactly what they can and can't do, when they can do it in the shops. If anybody needs a quick refresher on anything, I'm pretty well adept in all of the forms of printmaking offered at school. Not as good as our faculty; they are world class.
Can you tell me a little bit about how is that role a little bit different inside of a school like SMFA where we have this interdisciplinary studio art curriculum?
As a student at SMFA, you are encouraged to go from shop to shop, department to department. Performance art will reflect your printmaking will reflect your 3D ceramics work. And what's nice is how much we actually intermingle manager wise and how much we actually promote our students between departments.
Speaking of how students tie together these different shops too, are there some projects that you've seen that are really cool that you want to talk about?
When Kadeen Keynes for her senior thesis did, and I was mistaken last time, I said 5, it's actually 6 4 by 8 foot large woodcuts of these indigenous women paired with a plant from where they live or the region where they come from. And that was just a feat of strength. That was insane. And all the paper too was handmade.
Mm.
So that's really, really utilizing and pushing the boundaries of our print shop and our paper making studio, once again, to being interdisciplinary, combining the two. That was awesome, I have to
Yeah.
say.
Just to finish up, Lewis, um, would you mind telling us a little bit about your body of work? I know there's a really high profile show that you're a part of right now at the Museum of Fine Arts next door. Would you mind telling us a little bit about what you do?
I'm a printmaker, no surprise there. And ever since I finished, well, I guess while I was doing the master's program and I was working heavily with objects I was finding in my late grandfather's workshop. I've become just so fascinated with materials and objects that are kind of looked over, that are kind of deemed unusable or trash, some things that we might just use in our everyday life. Um, and if they're flat, I'm going to print them because, at a certain point, their life was deemed, you know, not livable anymore, or its prior use or its prior story was cut off when someone said, I don't need this anymore, and then they chucked it. But their life I as a printmaker, as an artist, I can give that material or that object a new life um, when it becomes a print.
Lewis, thank you so much for spending the time. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Sharing your reflections. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Take care now.